Welcome back to Stooge Stream. I am your host, The Stooge. This is Making an Impact, your Bound for Glory 2017 special edition. I'm joined as always... Do I have to say it?
Do it.
I'm joined as always by your leader, G-Banks.
It's alright, my children. The day has finally come. Bound for Glory is here. And we must now pray. Join me.
No.
Join me for prayer.
No.
Just join me for prayer, please.
No.
Fine. Be like that.
So Bound for Glory is here, the event we've been waiting for. We know a couple of things that are going to be happening. We've been told that Alberto El Patron is coming back. We see him arrive backstage at the very beginning.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing.
We're going to find out later on in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Before we do that, though, let's say thank you to each and every person that takes the time to comment on the show and everyone that takes the time to watch. But a special thanks to our commenters, starting with Poochie McBeats.
Hey, part of the clan.
LB_one-of-a-kind elite.
Another person that's part of the clan.
Fifi Bondgirl.
Another person that's part of the clan.
Vincent is Valentine.
He'll join soon.
Impact Wrestling by Anthem Al.
Part of the clan. It's coming along right nicely.
I don't even want to do a comment of the week because they're all about you.
Well, come on, pick one at least.
No, you can do it.
Well, I'm just going to pick the simple one, which is LB one of a kind elite. Again, he got last week's one, and I'm giving him this week's one. For LOL, G-Banks is our leader. See, even he knows. What? And yeah, that we are the cult of Banks.
It's getting worse.
Well, no, it's not.
You got catchphrases now.
Well, I don't have catchphrases. They make the catchphrases.
That's why it's worse. And of course, over on Reddit, SmartGuy297, our resident long comment guy. And finally, Alessio via email.
Oh, how's he doing?
He's doing well.
Mm-hmm. He'll be in the clan soon. Don't worry.
Don't, please.
He'll be. Don't worry.
Can I get on with the show?
Yeah, you can.
Is that okay?
Yeah, not a problem.
All right. Let me apologize if my voice sounds a little bit strange. I've got a blocked up head with a sinus thing, but I wasn't going to miss this. No way.
Yeah, I know you weren't going to miss this. I was trying to get you to miss it.
I know you were. Did you infect me?
No.
Is this your doing?
No, not at all. Continue.
I don't like that laugh. Anyway, we start off with a 6-way for the X Division Championship. It's Trevor Lee versus Desmond Xavier versus Garza Jr. versus Sanjay Dutt versus Matt Sydal versus the hometown hero, Petey Williams.
The hometown hero. What gave that away?
Well, he came out to O Canada in Canada, and the whole crowd was singing O Canada along with him.
Still don't think he's the hometown boy, but whatever.
So let's just make a quick point here. The crowd was fantastic. There was only one thing, and not one match, one thing they didn't pop for, and we'll get to that later on in the show. But other than that, they were lively, they were loud, they were into Bound for Glory.
And I was into it, because they were into it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And this was a great way to start the show. A 6-man X Division match so this was under one-on-one rules where anyone could tag themselves in at any point.
Mm-hmm. So a bit different from last week, excuse me.
Yeah, like a very, very different style of match. But it was a very X Division match with so much high flying, some quick moves, some spectacular stuff from everyone. Everyone got their stuff in.
Mm-hmm. Everyone did get their little 2 minutes of fame. It was awesome.
They did. I think there's not one person that came out of this match that looked bad. I particularly want to give a highlight to Desmond Xavier, who's new to the roster and really shows in every match he's in why he should be there and why you should keep your eyes on him.
Who? Desmond Xavier? He's doing all right. But he's nothing compared
Desmond Xavier.
That's what I said, didn't I?
No.
Oh, well, close enough. But he's nothing compared to my boy Trevor Lee. And let's admit that.
And Trevor Lee, who took some spectacular moves, a triple super kick, a triple drop kick. Quadruple.
You want to talk about the moves he actually did?
And then him still being on his feet, delivering some great offense, proving like he is the Carolina caveman.
Indeed.
All in all, this was a match that you have to watch because there was just too much happening for me to take notes and keep pace with all of it. So we're going to skip to the end where Petey Williams delivers the Canadian Destroyer to Desmond Xavier. And Trevor Lee throws him out of the ring and steals the pin to retain his X Division title.
One of the greatest TWs I've ever seen in wrestling history.
It's not a thing. It's strategy.
Dude, he just did it in front of us. Can you just admit it for once? It was TW.
It's not a thing.
He literally was waiting out the side of the ring, waiting for that opportunity to rise.
Yeah, it's called strategy.
No, it's called
Starts with an S.
No, it starts with TW. Tactical waiting.
I'm not getting into this again.
He did it, and it happened, so let's move on.
Okay, so we see the first of a couple of promo packages featuring Eli Drake and Chris Adonis throughout the night. They're arriving backstage. We see them later warming up. We see him being interviewed. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here with Eli, as well as, of course, Johnny Impact, who he'll be facing tonight for the Global Championship.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
And, of course, Eli and Chris Adonis are looking schmick.
No, as always, 100%.
So in our first sort of international match, I guess you'd call it, we had Tyson Dukes versus Ishimori. Ishimori had the Noah chairman accompanying him to the ring. Tyson Dukes, I believe, or Ducks or Dukes or whatever you want to, however you say it, I believe is a local Canadian wrestler. Both of these guys are people that we don't have a huge amount of experience with. Both of them were awesome.
Yeah, they were definitely surprising. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Tyson definitely had...
We've seen a bit of Ishimori before, but...
Not a huge amount.
Not a huge amount.
And none of Tyson. So Tyson was definitely the power wrestler of the two. Ishimori using his size and speed to his advantage. This was going really well. Then Laurel appeared in the crowd during part of this match. She's still very messed up. She's sitting on people's laps.
I think she was looking great.
She was looking for... That dress was amazing. The coat was amazing.
The whole thing was amazing.
The package was good. It was a good package. She's sitting on people's laps. Who knows where this is leading? During the course of this match, we saw Ishimori take the advantage in the end with a 450 splash to take the win. And it was just such a tight 450. He didn't have a lot of room. It was a tight 450 splash.
He made sure that was super tight.
Yeah. It was really good. And even Josh Matthews says, I hope somebody makes a GIF or a GIF or whatever you call it out of this, because that was amazing. And it was. It was a great 450 splash.
Enjoyable.
It was.
Yeah, it was indeed enjoyable.
I can't believe you admitted that.
What?
That you enjoyed something.
Well, I like seeing people in pain.
Of course. There's a motivation to it. Next up, we had Grado and Abyss backstage. Grado trying to talk sense into Abyss. Abyss telling him he's going to destroy him. And Grado calls him Joseph and confuses him. It looks like Grado's got a bit of fire behind him. Maybe he's not going to get destroyed.
Because that Mick Foley jacket.
The jacket that Mick Foley gave him. Alberto El Patron is officially back. He rips on the Impact officials backstage and how they betrayed him and how they're nothing but cowards and backstabbers. How he was stripped of the title. He offs JB.
So he should.
It looks like he's going to destroy JB. He goes, no, maybe not. And walks away. So something's going to happen with him
The only
later.
disappointing thing about that whole segment was that he didn't knock out JB.
Actually, you know what? I'm normally not in favor of it, but I wanted to kind of see it. It was kind of leading towards, I'm like, do something now.
Well, that's what I was hoping for, and he just let me down there. But other than that, yeah, he was right.
Well, we will feel Patron's presence in the show later on.
Oh, yeah, we will.
So we had the wrap-up package for the Grado, Abyss, Joseph Park, Monster Ball match. So that, of course, leads to the Monsters Ball match. This is exactly what you think it's going to be. It's Grado versus Abyss with a staple gun, a kendo stick, barbed wire. Hang on, my writing gets small because there's so much stuff. Cheese grater, tacks, a chair, Janice. What did I miss?
The Grado's dignity.
I'll give you that. That was a good call.
I know it was.
That was a good call.
Thank you.
This was your hardcore match of the evening. Abyss started bleeding at one point when he got sandwiched between two barbed wire boards. There was all sorts of violence and mayhem in this match. Laurel ran in and nutshotted Grado and then gave him an unprettier.
Good unprettier.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
Made him unprettier for sure, that's for sure.
So Rosemary's having none of that. She runs in. She missed Laurel. Then Abyss is gonna choke her, so she like calms him down. It's like, it's okay, it's okay. He goes for Grado. Then she pushes Grado out of the way. She miss Abyss. Oh, that's a big mistake because Abyss grabs her and choke slams her straight into the tacks.
Mm-hmm.
Which was weird because Abyss usually takes a tack spot.
Well, you know what else was weird? The first person that took the barbed wire table bump was Grado.
It was. He actually, off the top rope.
Yeah, instead of Abyss, which is pretty weird because Abyss is usually the first person that takes that. Or the only person that takes that bump anyway.
Which was a huge bump as well with Grado mounted on the top rope. Abyss throws the garbage can at his head and knocks him off straight into the barbed wire setup. It was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
The match ends when Grado gets black hole slammed into a barbed wire table set up on the ground to a pin in the ring, sorry. The black hole slam didn't look spectacular, but I think by that point in the match they were both just so tired and so banged up.
I think he was trying to
protect him as much as possible.
Yeah.
But still, just getting dropped into barbed wire at that point in a match is not going to be a fun experience.
Not fun for you, but definitely fun for me.
And looks like Grado's not getting his visa.
I don't think he needs it. They're not in America anymore.
True, he can marry Laurel now.
I don't think she wants to marry him.
Well, yeah, she did unpretty him.
Mm-hmm.
We have interview bot backstage with Team Impact, which is comprised of EC3, James Storm, and Eddie Edwards, with a very broken, crackling microphone.
Oh, that was, yeah.
It's horrible. And this went on throughout the whole night. Interview bot's microphone was broken.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. So didn't really catch a lot of it.
I think she was broken herself because she's a bot at the end of the day.
Yeah, just cannot compute.
Malfunction.
Yeah, but basically it was James Storm being really screamy and EC3 saying, "I'll see you out there."
Yeah.
So it's an Impact versus Triple A wrap up package.
Oh, you're gonna pronounce all the abbreviations.
What?
You're gonna go A.
Yeah. Because I'm reading, dude. Like,
That's just funny.
So this is the match that's been building for the past month, or just over a month. Mm-hmm. We have Phantasma, Pagano, and Teano versus EC3, James Storm, and Eddie Edwards. This is your traditional 6-man tag team match. This had a very hard-hitting feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't lucha style at all. This felt more like a Japanese style match to me.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird because none of the guys were Japanese, except for Eddie Edwards. If you were put a technical
pro wrestling Noah champion, yeah. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was really good. This is 6 people like having to make a machine work.
This was really enjoyable, actually.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this match a lot.
And the little stories that they told. So EC3 refusing to tag in at first and then coming in like a house on fire.
Yeah, he actually was on fire tonight.
My
boy was ripping it up.
It was great. Phantasma, Pagano, and Teano not quite being able to get on the same page, which, you know, they've been taught. That's the story that's been running. Like, can these guys get on the same page? And the answer was yes to begin with and no by the end. Like, it kind of fell apart where Team Impact started off falling apart and came together by the end.
At the end, yeah.
Great match. Really worth watching. Some really entertaining, just solid, old school wrestling.
Yeah, some good wrestling work.
Yeah. Storm ends up getting the win with a last call super kick on Pagano, which leads to the pin and Team Impact winning. EC3 having turned face during the match when he tagged in like a house on fire to save Storm, shares a beer with Storm, and then they pour them on Eddie Edwards, who's outside the ring still because he ate shit before the end of the match.
Yeah, copped the pile driver
on the
side ring apron.
Twice in like a very short period of time.
Yeah, very short period of time.
We had an OVA versus LAX promo package. I still don't understand how Impact keeps cutting off the R from their name.
That he lost
Even
money.
the signs keep cutting it off, the people in the crowd. Even JB forgot to say it. He kept saying OVE. No, it's OVER.
Yeah, OVR. Get it right, dickheads.
Excuse me. So this is your OVA versus LAX 5150 street fight. The package was great because Conan just destroys a promo package.
Easy. That's what he's meant for.
Now, you heard me say earlier in the show, the crowd was hot for everything in this show, except for OVA. They came out to nothing. You could hear the crickets.
Yeah, I was about to say there was a lot of crickets in that in
it was so
the dojo,
bad.
but we didn't know because everyone was so loud.
Yeah. It was horrible. Like,
Yeah.
I almost felt bad for them.
Yeah.
It was dead silence. Then LAX came out and the crowd exploded again. Throughout the course of the match, this was what you would expect it was. It was a beatdown.
Yeah, it pretty much was. It started off so brutal too.
Yeah, OVE
Loved it.
OVER just took a huge beating from LAX. All sorts of just vicious, huge bumps through tables, through onto the concrete, through steel, whatever. Like, they just bump monkeyed all over the place, which made LAX look even better. LAX pretty much had this. They had it. They had them beat. They beat these little boys down until their muscle, Sammy Callahan, runs in, saves OVE, helps them destroy LAX and get the win. And when they got the win and raised the titles, dead silence. Sammy Callahan says, "We are Ohio versus everything."
No, you are over your heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It
literally.
was dead silence. Honestly, I'm starting to feel bad for these boys. Like, it's time to go back to the Indies where people give two shits about you. Because
Do they though?
I don't know. Apparently they did. We have a Gail Kim, Ali Sienna wrap-up promo package. Gail Kim with Interview Bot. This is her last Bound for Glory. And out she goes. Gail versus Ali versus Sienna for the Knockouts title. This was a match you were really looking
I
forward to.
was looking forward to it.
Talk.
Oh, am I gonna do
Yeah.
it? Okay. Well, this match started off with it was actually Ali and Gail Kim who were teaming up against Sienna at the start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It seemed like they kind of were on the same page.
They were on the
Let's
same
take out
page, yeah.
Sienna.
Like, let's take out the powerhouse first. We know what she's like, and she wasn't accompanied by KM too, so
Yeah.
there was no tomfoolery, we should say.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. All in all, it was actually super great match. You got to see, the girls show what they've got. You got to see Ali wrestle.
I thought the person that came out looking the best out of this was Ali.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Ali, we got to see Ali, like, we've seen her wrestle, obviously, she's been in the company for a while now. But no, this is the first time you actually get to see her wrestle as a proper wrestler.
Yeah, not
like, like a cutesy, like, I'm Ali girl.
accidentally
Yeah,
wrestler,
accidentally I can wrestle sort of thing. So that was pretty cool to watch. Sienna, amazing as always.
Yeah,
She's my goddess,
absolutely.
and you can't take anything away from her. But at the end of the day, the end result, it was bound to happen. Excuse the pun. Don't laugh.
It was good. I like that.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. Gail Kim, unfortunately, won the match. But all in all, I can't take it away from her. It was a great match, and the girls really showed what they had.
Absolutely, and the finish was great with Gail doing the eat defeat off the top rope to Sienna, who sold it beautifully.
Yeah, and before that, it was Sienna who took out Ali.
Yeah.
So there was like no interference, no matter what.
No.
Yeah, it was Sienna who took out Ali, and then
Gail hit the eat defeat.
Exactly.
Because it had that sequence the other way around just before that, and then they ran the sequence backwards. There was some great work from everyone, and honestly, I think the person that came out looking the best, because we know how good Sienna is.
Yeah, we know how good Gail is.
We know how good Gail is, but we'd never gotten the opportunity just to see how good Ali was, and when she can hold it against Gail and Sienna, you're like, wow, I can't wait to see what comes next from you.
Yeah, no, I feel like she should be doing her own stuff soon.
And Gail deserves one last title run. The Knockouts division was built for her a decade ago. Let her have the title for, it's going to be 6 weeks before she has to drop it because she's out at the end of the year anyway. And she's going to put someone over on the way out. Probably Sienna or Ali.
Yeah, but
Or Rosemary.
Yeah, but happy endings make me sick.
Oh, of course they do.
No.
Is that a Book of Banks thing? Happy endings make you sick?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Sure it is. Next up we have Daddy MMA giving his pep talk to King Mo, Bobby MMA, and the rest of Top Team America. Daddy MMA can cut a promo.
Again, he's a wrestling fan.
Yeah, he's good. I have to admit.
Every wrestling fan can cut a promo.
Yeah, him in particular. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
We had Eli Drake and Johnny Impact warming up. Now, normally you'd be like, so? Then you saw Johnny Impact do some stuff that you're like, that's not possible. You have a spine.
I'm still convinced he's Eddie Gore from Tekken, but
Absolutely. Like, how does he get his leg over like that? And then just, yeah.
Or he's an AI. Like someone's programming him to go like do this, do that, do this. Because the human body doesn't move like that. I don't care what anyone says.
So we had somebody make an impact tonight. He was recently released from WWE. He's known as one of the best wrestling minds in the business, a great talent in the ring, an even better writer, creator, and agent. Jimmy Jacobs made an impact!
Oh, I thought it was Chris Angel.
Kind of does look like Chris Angel.
That wasn't Chris Angel?
That wasn't Chris Angel.
Oh, what? I popped for Chris Angel.
And unless you haven't been following Jimmy Jacobs, who was a writer for WWE, a performer for Ring of Honor and PWG and a whole lot of other companies in the past, gave up his wrestling career to become a writer because he knew he could contribute more to the business. Any good storyline in the past couple of years in WWE was probably written and road agent by Jimmy Jacobs. They released him because he took a picture with his friends, the Bullet Club.
Really?
Yeah, that's why WWE released, to send a message to Bullet Club.
So, yeah, let's get rid of one of our best talents. And I'll show them.
Yeah. So I think he showed you because he didn't have a no compete. Jimmy Jacobs is making an impact.
Yeah. Bit upset it's not Chris Angel, but whatever.
Look, he can work some magic too, trust me.
Oh, like, yeah, again, but can you walk on water?
You've got me.
Yeah, I know I did.
So this leads us to MMA versus Moose and Buddy MMA. We get the promo package first. Then we're in the ring with Bobby MMA, King Mo, Moose, and Buddy MMA in 6 sides of steel.
Ooh.
This
Gonna
match,
be carnage.
Oh, it was, man. But well-structured carnage that put over the wrestlers, because every time the MMA guys tried to get up, the wrestlers would just knock them down and then the wrestlers would go at it. Eventually, the MMA guys did get their spot, but for the first half of this match, it was all Lashley and Moose destroying the MMA guys.
Yeah, no, it was. It was like a, hey, us wrestlers can do it too.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
King Mo gets busted open by the steel cage at one point when Moose lawn darts him into it. He's busted open. Him and the other guy and Buddy MMA go to start, and Moose picks him up and fucking lawn darts him into it again.
It's like, nah, you're getting another one. You haven't learnt your lesson.
It was great. I thought Lashley and Moose did a great job of taking turns as well. So they'd take out the MMA guys, and then Lashley would take Moose out, and then the MMA guys would get up again, and then they'd take them out, and then Moose would take Lashley out, and they just kept swapping back and forth and getting their own shit in. It was really good. At one point, MMA breaks into the cage, like all of MMA.
Yep.
Breaks into the cage.
Literally everyone in MMA was in the cage.
Yeah, and Moose runs wild in Colleen's house, destroys King Mo by kicking him through the door and into the steel guardrail. That was excellent.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good bump by King Mo.
Yeah, just hammers everyone. Goes out after King Mo, which Dan Lambert uses to his advantage. Daddy MMA, in case you were following. Moose takes a bump into the barricade. They use that to lock Moose out, and now it's just MMA in the ring with Buddy MMA by himself. For a minute, it looks like he's going to hold his own until a numbers game takes advantage.
So it should.
But Buddy MMA had a good showing.
Oh yeah, he did all right for the 2 minutes he had.
Well, the bit before this, when it was just him and King Mo having
That was
their
actually,
bit, that was really good.
That was all right. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So, MMA have the advantage over Buddy. While they're distracted, Moose starts climbing the cage. You're like, you are too big a man to be doing that.
He's half the cage's size.
He is, and he drops Lashley and another member of MMA when he jumps off the cage. Goes in there and runs wild again. And one of the little guys is trying to escape, and Moose jumps up and follows him up the cage and makes him eat shit.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It was great. But in the end, though, MMA, the numbers were just too much, and they took advantage of it. Of course, in the end, Lashley hits Moose with just a gigantic spear that looked like it turned Moose inside out and broke his neck. And then he bounced back, and his neck fixed itself somehow, all at the same time.
Yeah, no, don't disagree there. I think I saw that happen too.
Yeah. So Lashley takes the pin, and MMA wins. I'm interested to see where this is going.
Yeah, well, if let's put it this way, if Moose and Buddy had won, I guess the feud would have been over.
Story over.
Yeah, because like it's like, oh, you know, we got our revenge and now we put it over you. Now fuck off. But no, because Bobby Lashley won.
But they had to cheat to win by getting the numbers game and all the rest of it.
So I don't know where this is going.
Yeah. So this is going to have to lead to a clean match at some point.
If they're still sticking around and then they go and pull promos out in real life, let them stick around.
Yeah, they're doing like I love Daddy MMA's promo. I'm going to admit I love Daddy MMA's.
I love Kobe MMA's fucking promo.
In UFC,
in UFC. That still shocked me.
And now we get the Johnny Impact backstage with interview bot. Of course, that was going to happen at some point.
I think they're fucking.
No, I think she wants it, and he's just like, nah.
Yeah, that too.
And of course, our main event is Johnny Impact versus Eli Drake. Eli Drake is always flanked by Chris Adonis.
So he should be.
This is for the Global Impact Championship. And just holy shit, what a match.
Yeah, what a great match. These guys had amazing match like a couple of weeks ago for the title.
Yeah.
And that was a great match.
Yeah.
Like this was 10 times better.
This was a spectacular main event heavyweight title match. I don't even know where to start. Like Johnny Impact does things that you're like, that's not possible. The sliding underneath, well, I call it sliding bullshit, but Josh insists on calling it a sliding German suplex.
It's not a move.
It's not a thing. You can't just go like, oh, that's like a thing everyone does. It's not.
Yeah, like don't go naming Johnny Impact's moves because only Johnny Impact does them.
Yeah,
like,
they're not moves. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's up, up, down, X, or that's what it is.
Some weird combination.
Yeah.
With 3 bars of super.
Yeah, you gotta say, if you say that and call them that, I'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense because I do that in Tekken.
Yeah, but you got to be careful because it drains your stamina.
Yeah.
But then he does all this other like flippy with Spanish fly off the top rope with Eli Drake and takes Chris Adonis out with a title at one point. He flips over the top ropes. He does a standing moonsault. He does what? Like how?
Johnny Impact, bro. Making an impact.
Well, on top of that, though, Eli Drake was wrestling just so solidly as well, pulling everything out of his ass. He did a moonsault.
A spectacular moonsault. Can we just talk about it?
Yeah. It was a awesome moonsault. And not even top rope, second rope moonsault.
It was actually one of the most gracious moonsaults I've ever seen in my whole life.
It was really, it was a
he like lifted himself.
moonsault.
Lifted himself in the air. It's beautiful.
There was some great work from both of these guys, and even when we're watching it, the Knockout Fiona was saying Eli Drake is just such a throwback, but with a modern twist.
Yeah.
Like he wrestles in like, one of his biggest moves in the match was an elbow drop off the top rope, and you're like, so I've seen a lot of elbow drops off the not like this, you haven't.
Yeah,
because he hit him on the apron and made Johnny Impact turn inside out with an elbow drop off the top rope. He takes such basic stuff and turns it into magic.
Definitely agree there.
And of course we know that Chris Adonis is going to have an influence on this match at one point, pulling Johnny Impact's legs, distracting him, so on and so on. But that's not the biggest impact in this match. The biggest impact was El Patron stopping the count when Johnny Impact had the match won.
That was interesting.
You're like, what are you doing? And Johnny Impact goes to do a flippity flip off the top ropes onto him, misses and takes the ref out. And Patron uses that to take advantage and just destroy everything.
Yeah, he pretty much destroyed everything.
He just fucked with everyone's life.
Again, the only thing I was upset about, he didn't go after JB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes out Eli with the title. He smashes Impact with a chair, which explodes into a million pieces. As a steel chair, it's not supposed to explode when you smash it into someone's head.
He threw it at him.
Oh, it was insane. But then he drapes Eli over Impact, wakes the ref, and makes him count. So Eli retains his title.
Yeah. But where's this leading to?
It even cut to a shot of Eli in the ring with the ref checking on him, and he's like, what just happened?
Yeah. So where can this possibly go? I wonder.
It looks like...
Will JB get bashed?
It looks to me like we just had El Patron return and turn heel.
Yeah.
In the process, he turned Eli Drake face. Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see next week. We'll see how he, retaliates.
Yeah. And it looks like we may have a triple threat situation
Oh,
for
that's
the title.
definitely happening. Yeah, that's 100% going to happen.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Yeah.
I would
If
very
it
much
doesn't,
like to see that.
missed opportunity, but whatever.
So, match of the night, sir. There's so much to choose from, isn't there?
Whew.
It's kind of insane.
My match of the night. Alright, I'm going to give it to Team MMA versus Team Wrestling.
That was a really good match.
Yeah. I was going to give it to the Knockouts, and the Knockouts had an amazing match, but the outcome wasn't what I wanted, so yeah, MMA v Wrestling.
Can I give it to Jimmy Jacobs? No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. That's something you do.
With Jimmy Jacobs?
Yeah.
Oh, if Chris Angel was there, I would have been like, that's fine. But no, not Jimmy Jacobs. He doesn't get it. He doesn't deserve match of the night or honorary shout out.
You know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different here and go Grado versus Abyss in the Monsters Ball because we don't see many hardcore matches these days on Impact TV. This was a great hardcore match. True, I didn't like the outcome. I think Grado should have won and got his visa. But in the end, this was just a really solid match from everyone. They took some sick bumps that weren't necessary, but they did it to tell a story.
Yeah.
And they did it to show you just what point this has gotten to, how violent they have to be now to make their point with each other.
Yeah. It was interesting.
It was just an interesting hardcore match. It wasn't overly bloody. Like Abyss got his arm cut up a little bit, but it wasn't ridiculously blood everywhere.
No, it was a proper hardcore match. You know, you looked away when there was too much brutal stuff, and then you could watch them when they were wrestling. You know what I mean?
Rosemary of getting chokeslammed through the tacks and stuff also explained why she wasn't on the card tonight, even though she was supposed to have a match with Taya Valkyrie, who's actually injured. But this told the story of why she wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I also thought it was just really cute, Abyss trying to protect Grado with the black hole slam into the barbed wire at the end.
Yeah,
that was
not
just
really
so
protected
cute.
him.
Yeah. So yeah, that was our match of the night. What was your match of the night? Why don't you let us know in the comments below like you guys always do. This was a big show. We definitely want to talk to you about this one, so make sure you let us know what you thought. Overall, I really enjoyed Bound for Glory. I thought it lived up to what we wanted. This was a great card.
Just a quick honorary shout out to the fans. They deserved it.
Oh, absolutely. They made
the
show.
They made the show. And they made us into it too.
Oh, and what really warmed my heart is they were into everything.
I know what
except for
you're going to say.
over.
Yeah. I know what you're... Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was
good.
Great.
It's good that over is not over anywhere in the world.
Anyway, it doesn't matter where in the world you go. You're not over.
Yeah, you're never going to be over.
You're just over.
Yeah, pretty much.
So thank you so much for listening. Until next time, I have been your host, The Stooge.
And I am your Messiah, G-Banks.
Messiah?
Yes.
Not even leader, Messiah.
You want to be a part of the disciples?
Absolutely not.
Okay, your loss.
And don't forget, adventure, excitement, a Stooge craves not these things.
Welcome to the Stooge. Actually, let's change it up a little bit. Welcome to the Cult of Banks.
This isn't going to end, is it?